how many lessons did we not learn in 2020? The number one lesson I learned in 2020 is
so many questions that I wanna ask.
today I thought I'd do a rapid fire Q&A, answer all of your questions that you send me on Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, I frequently do Q&A. So I post a Q&A sticker and ask you to ask me anything about entrepreneurship, about wedding planning, about motherhood, about running a business in Ghana. So today I'm going to attempt to answer some of those questions, and I hope that you find this video interesting. If this is the first time you are chancing upon any of my videos and you do like this video, remember to smash that like button and please consider subscribing and being a part of this community. So I'm just going to dive in to question number one. I think that the one thing that strangles a lot of creative entrepreneurs, not even just creative entrepreneurs, professionals in general, or small business owners in general, is trying to be everything to everyone. Your ideal client is a radical, fearless boss babe, but you're scared to post radical, fearless boss babe things that are going to resonate with that particular person because you're worried about what Auntie Betty will say, or what your classmate from school who you haven't talked to in the last 6 years will say. And so you're crippled by the fear of being desired, being liked by everybody, including social media followers you have never met and possibly will never even meet, and decide to post something that blends you in with everyone else so you don't stand out. Nobody remembers you. Stop trying to be a vanilla. Stop trying to be something to everyone and just do you. Do you, and the people who love you for who you are will find you. It is so much more difficult to let a client understand the value of your service when you don't have enough social proof yet. So if you don't already have a lot of experience in the industry, try to meet them up in person and try to explain to them exactly what you are bringing on board, the value that you're bringing on board. Try to understand what their needs are. Why are they looking to hire a wedding planner? Why are they looking to hire an event planner? And based off of what their desires are, then you try to match it that way and then introduce your price in that consultation. However, when you have a lot more experience in the industry, you've been working in the industry for 5-10 years, and you have a lot of social proof, you have a huge portfolio that shows what you've previously done, then there are also going to be a lot of people who will come in and waste your time. There'll be a lot of people who will come in and just want to pick your brain and just want to ask you questions with no intention of hiring you. Because you have the experience and the knowledge, people try to take advantage of it. So when you have a lot more experience in the industry and your website is evident, your portfolio is evident of what you've done and what you can do, then you can introduce your pricing very early on in the process. So when somebody calls you or when somebody emails you, you can let them know that, well, our wedding planning service starts from $1,000. All right, so that before they come in, they have an idea of how much it will cost them to hire you, so you both do not waste each other's time. In 2005, I was looking to get married in Ghana. We looked everywhere. We looked on the internet. We did our research. We asked everyone, and there literally were no event or wedding planners who were catering to individuals and small business owners. So we didn't find a wedding planner. And myself and my mom, at the time I was living in Scotland with my fiance, Ernest, who's the co-founder of the business. So my poor mom, she had to do all of literally 90% of the legwork, chasing vendors. And I really, looking back, wish that she had spent that time enjoying the wedding rather than having to stress over planning the wedding. And so we went back to Scotland after the wedding. Everybody was talking about how beautiful the wedding was, if I dare say so myself. My father-in-law still talks about how beautiful the wedding was. We did the whole shebang, guys. The balloon drop, the chocolate fountains. 2006, this was a big deal. It was the ish. And so we did all of that. Everybody was talking about how beautiful the wedding was. And it was sort of like a light bulb moment that went off. We're like, wait, we both have master's degrees in PR. A part of the story, I think I've shared this story before, is I worked with the Hilton as an event hostess and a bookkeeper. And I was always fascinated by how the hotel ballroom would literally be transformed from nothing to something unforgettable on the day of the wedding or the corporate event or whatever event we had. I was always fascinated by that, but I didn't quite think much about it until after my own wedding when it clicked. Why don't we start our own event and wedding planning business? And so our business was founded based off of the lack of event professionals catering to individuals and SMEs, because at the time, wedding planners didn't exist. Event planners in our industry, in our particular niche, did not exist. So we literally came back and started planning weddings, planning parties, small events, and educating a lot of people about why it is necessary to have a wedding planner take care of everything and not have to stress yourself on the day of your event. So that's how our business started. The key for me is being able to prioritize, being able to know what is important at what time. The majority of us spend a lot of time on things that we should not prioritize. So as an example, you wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning and you spend the most of your morning on social media. So you consume all of this content, and by 9 a.m., you are still consuming content on social media. That's 3 hours gone. So I set a timer on my social media. I have a timer on Instagram, so I don't spend any more than half an hour on Instagram per day. And that may seem difficult, but when you start to cut back on the things that are taking away your time and not adding any real value to your life, it gets easier. Okay, so you want to prioritize. What are the things that bring you the most income? Prioritize on the things that bring you the most income. What is it that feeds you? And then one of the things that I am also trying really, really hard to do and not being very successful at, because I'm human like all of you, is being able to shut down my laptop at 6 p.m. This is the hardest thing. It's the hardest. And I have to admit that I am not always successful at that. But I try the hardest that I can to make time. So when my son comes back from school, I try to make time for him, knowing that if I take an hour out of my work day, because I am literally my own boss, I can come back at 8 p.m. when he's going to sleep. So it's just balancing the scale and understanding that there is no such thing as a balance throughout. Sometimes you're going to have to pick work over family a little bit, and sometimes you're just going to have to pick family over work a little bit. But just know that at the end of the year, it will all balance out. As long as it all balances out at the end of your year, it's fine. You can't have a perfect balance all the time. Trying to do that will burn you out. How many lessons did we not learn in 2020? The number one lesson I learned in 2020 is to always extend my business runway. Always make sure that you have enough savings, especially if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a small business owner, because you never quite know where your next salary is coming from. You always have to ensure that you extend your runway as much as you possibly can. And what I mean by this is ensure that you always have enough savings in your account to last you 6 to 12 months if you weren't working. So if you didn't have any business for the next 6 to 12 months, would your business survive? Because if it won't, then it's time to rethink your entire financial structure for your business. Extend your runway. Always have some savings somewhere that you can fall back on and be able to take time out your business, or be able to fall back on when you are forced to take time out your business. That's the number one most important lesson. And not just for your business, but also make sure that for yourself as an individual, always have some savings, some money saved away that you can use to treat yourself when it all gets really overwhelming. Okay, so be able to buy a cup of expensive coffee without worrying. Do you see what I mean? Be able to go to the spa without worrying. Because all of the things that stress us out are all of the things that we are unable to do because we don't have money. So save as much as you possibly can. Abena Nyamwa, forgive me if I crucify your name, but Abena Nyamwa, I hope I got it right. Abna is asking, how do you balance work and family and still manage to keep your sanity? And I've just answered that. It's just a matter of prioritizing. Just prioritize what is most important right now, knowing that you can never have a perfect balance daily. However, if at the end of the year everything balances out, you're good. Eunice is asking, okay, Eunice says, it's not a question. I want to be like you when I grow up. Eunice, be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for. Akushika is asking, is it hard being a business person? I would be lying to you if I said that it is easy to run a business, especially in these times, and all of the decisions, really tough decisions that we've had to take for our business has worn me out at certain points. It has. We've had to take a lot of tough decisions for our business, especially last year. And yes, it is hard being a business person, but is it rewarding? Absolutely. I think it's just a desire and love for what I do. I love the wedding planning industry. There's no way. I don't ever see myself retiring from the wedding planning industry. I'm going to be creating, I'm going to be teaching for as long as I live, I'm sure. So that keeps me going. And the other thing that continually inspires me is my son. I mentioned that already. I think it's just by focusing on the end goal, by keeping my eye on the prize, by knowing why you started. Why did you start your business? The reason why we started our business was to solve a need. It was to prevent brides like me who do not ordinarily reside in Ghana, who are looking to come back and get married in Ghana, from going through the same frustrations and stress that I had to go through as a bride-to-be. So every time I remember why I started, I am inspired to keep going. I actually have a video on how to start your event or wedding planning business. I'm going to link that video in the description below so you can watch that video. It gives you a very detailed, free webinar on how to start your business and the things that you should focus on if you're looking to start an event or wedding planning business from home. If you are saving towards something, then how much do you need to be able to get there, and how long will it take you to save towards that? So as an example, I want to buy something at the end of the year. It's costing me 10,000 Ghana cedis, and that means that I'm going to have to save a minimum of 1,000 Ghana cedis every month for the next 10 months if I really want to get that thing by the end of the year. So what you want to do is, when your income comes in, budget really, really strictly. You will realize when you start budgeting for your daily expenses that there are a lot of things that you are spending on which you likely do not need. So if you are spending 50 Ghana cedis on takeaway every day, perhaps consider living within your means. So consider cooking every weekend as an example. 50 Ghana cedis can literally cook for one person and last you 3 days. I know, because I love to cook. And you will be amazed how much you can save. So think about all of the ways that you can cut back on your expenses, cut back on things that you don't need, and focus on the end goal, knowing that you will have to sacrifice a little bit right now so that you're able to get the thing that you want to get at the end of the year. Okay, and then obviously you want to explore the different options for savings and investments. Speak to a financial advisor. If you need your money immediately, then it wouldn't make sense to invest in something that is more long term. Okay, so speak to your financial advisor. Ask them a lot of questions. That's why they're there. Ask them questions and let them answer. Let them help you. Okay. So I think that ultimately it's entirely up to you who you date. I I think that we're in 2021 now, and women should be given the opportunity to date whoever they want, really. Unless there is anything that, your partner is doing legally wrong. I don't see why not. I mean, you're 24, for goodness sakes. You're old enough to make your own decisions. If people are saying all sorts of things, the question you want to be asking yourself is, who's going to be in the relationship forever? Why would you want to be married to somebody you don't particularly love just because everybody else loves them? It doesn't make any sense, right? So you choose. You choose what you want to do and stop allowing other people to control your decisions. I think that this is an individual decision that you have to make. I see myself doing, I possibly can't see myself dating somebody who's my age, to be honest. I really can't. I think that for me, the person that I'm dating and their mindset is so mature. I feel like I need that. I actually need that for the kind of person that I am. I don't see myself, unless, I was dating somebody who was married to somebody who was the same age as me, but had the maturity and mindset of someone who was 20 years older. So, yeah, sorry, I didn't quite answer your question because I can't. You have to make that decision for yourself. Okay, so I think I'm going to end this video here because this video is getting too long, but let me know in the comment section if you enjoyed this Q&A and if you would like to see more of it. And if you're not already following me on Instagram, be sure to follow me on Instagram because all of the fun is on my IG stories. And if you've watched to the end of this video and you still haven't subscribed to my channel, what are you doing? What are you doing? Subscribe, like, comment, and I will see you again same time next week. Bye-bye.